Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where are you?
I'm playing hide and seek on your desktop.
Oh, we are live. Hi, everybody. I'm driving the bus today, so here you go. How are you, Jenn?
I'm so excited for this moment. I am a proud mama watching you shine in this way, driving the tech boat. It's actually really huge.
Really, really, really huge because I got it without having to watch endless. Oh, and I got to share it. Here.
All right. Well, you share and I'll welcome everybody.
Please welcome because I got to get this all set up.
Okay. So if you don't know what you're watching, I don't know where you've been, but welcome to Ageless Adventures with your girls, your ladies, your fabulous twin flames. I'm Jenn Litterer with my girl Marla Schultz, everybody.
And I'm not seeing us live. I'm just warning you. But
we've got to be on there.
Just you check because I'm not seeing it.
All right.
I'm not seeing it.
I can't check though.
You can't see if we're on Facebook? I mean, shouldn't we be on Facebook? Oh shit. How do we
I know that we're there.
I don't know.
I have faith.
Yeah, I just see our promo. Oh, here we are. Hey. Where, and I'll get to, anyway, you just, can you talk? And
that's what I was doing. That's actually exactly what I was doing.
Got it.
So every week we start with the conversation of how old we feel, how old we are each week, because honestly, I don't know about you guys, but I feel a different age any given minute in this life that we are living.
Completely.
You know what I mean? And also, Marla and I have both had experiences in our life where people think we're older than we are, younger than we are for whatever reason. I'm an old soul and yet a youngin' all at the same time. And I think you're the same way in different ways.
Yes. I'm definitely old soul because I do connect with old ages and I always feel like I have some sort of wisdom for being somewhat empathic, but I still feel very immature. And like, as my friend Lisa Sunstead says, when do I have to stop shopping at like Wet Seal or whatever?
Immediately. 2002 was when you should stop shopping at Wet Seal.
Okay.
So how old do you feel, Marla? You're how old this week?
I think I'm just like kind of baselining in my 30s.
Oh, baselining. Yeah. I like that. Am I currently baselining in my life?
Possibly. Right. No, it's a good feeling because I don't want, if I get around people my age sometimes, especially when they talk about medical stuff, that kind of freaks me out. And, my husband had a hip replacement and he said, hey, why don't we hang on to this medical equipment? And I was like, no effing way. No way. I am not storing. Actually, we have 2 pairs of crutches and like one of those poop seats.
All right. So,
the raised toilets. That looks like it's crazy.
Gadgets and gizmos of plenty over there.
Not having it. So, should we share our news?
Not yet. I have to say how old I feel.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. Jenn and I went out and we had cocktails last night before the deluge happened.
Yeah, we got home almost before the rain, but
correct.
Close enough. So I don't know about an age, but I've been partying like it's 1999. In that it's pre-social media in my world.
Ooh.
I'm not going on the socials. I ripped the Band-Aid off. I'm taking the month off and it feels so damn good.
Good.
I've realized that, Facebook, I am the generation of Facebook. It was created by millennials for millennials. I have not had an adult life without it. I had my teenage years, but I have not had an adult life without social media. And I'm just, you know, as with everything that is being sped up and slowed down all at the same time, I think the only thing we can do is what we can do in our world, right? How many times can we demand that these big, huge tech companies get taken in front of Congress and, you know, fist at them? But what can I do personally, right? Spend less time on these things if I really think they're not that great for me, which if you talk to anyone who's ever been the developer or creator of an app, are your children on these apps? They look at you like you just said, are your children taking any heroin tonight?
Right.
They're like, absolutely not. So, you know, things like strengthening my immune system right now, lowering the stress, lowering the anxiety, partying like it's 1999.
And that's good for the immune system. I'm just, you know, I want to take a page out of your playbook. That's all I'm saying.
I'm taking a page out of your shirt.
Yes. Wait a second. I mean, my boobs look giant, but it's like vodka and Pilates.
So when you first showed me that shirt, I thought it said vodka and pirates. And honestly, I'm down for either.
Pirates, yeah, I'm a little freaky about pirates, and clowns freak me out. But anyway, get back to your immune system and how partying like 1999 is.
Yeah, so let's get back to the immune system. I don't know. I'm just trying to do what I can to mitigate my own craziness within the mass of the craziness that's going on. And yeah, I'm not saying that I'm not going to have a presence on social media. I run an online company. That's insane. But there's ways to have a presence on something without being on something, being consumed by something. And I'm like, oh, this is my version of an alcoholic that's like, I can't go into a bar.
Right.
It's unhealthy for me to even be there.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think I have to just not go into the bar anymore, right? There's third-party ways that I can post things that I want to share. It requires me to be more intentional, which, as you know, is a big focus in my world these days.
Correct.
So that's what I'm doing. That's where I'm at. Quite boring. I'm living like a librarian.
Well, you mentioned not going into the bar. We walked by last night over in Riverside Park on 79th Street, the boat basin. There used to be a great outdoor bar, and it was shuttered, and there was no trace of it, which is really... It
was grown over. Like you took me to somewhere in Rome to see where they had.
Yes, it was like an aqueduct. Awesome. Yeah. Like somebody has just begun excavating it and been like, oh my God, there's a Roman aqueduct under the Henry Hudson, highway.
It was really sad.
It was sad. So
we passed a couple before going into that little area to get to the steps to go up.
Yeah.
And you asked, is anyone in there? And the girl said, like right away, she said, no one's in there. It seems safe.
Right.
Because, like that's where we're at right now.
Yeah, because you expect to see you even said it, the only people on the streets are like heroin addicts and drug addicts and homeless people, which is heartbreaking. But I don't want to walk through a dark tunnel and accidentally step on a fucking needle.
No, but I think people can stop pretending that this moment caused all that we are seeing.
Oh my God.
This moment caused us to be able to see what has been going on. It's not all of a sudden we have homeless people and people addicted to heroin on the streets of New York City.
Thank you, Mayor de Blasio.
Let's go. All right.
Mayor de Blasio, blowhard. He's such a douche. Anyway, don't like to get political, but he's a douchebag.
You say you don't like to get political every show as you're getting political. And I'm for it. I don't know how you're not political in today's world. It's all wrapped in.
It is, but you know what? I'm about trying to keep some levity. And if I touch upon something political, it's somewhat subtle.
But, oh, yeah. I think we can all agree that Marla's known for being subtle.
I just, I'm facing the process. Well, I am doing a show, my first show in 6 months in front of live people. And they gave me a choice, either behind a mask, which as you saw, I was like, can't breathe. So the thought of doing an hour smelling my own breath, which by the way, I floss 3 times a day and I have impeccable dental hygiene. I feel like I'm going to choke or perform behind a plexiglass partition. And it has been my, on the top of the bucket list to perform in a salad bar. So I'm excited about that. But it's just so weird. And also the climate, being a comic, it's like everybody's sphincter gets like tight and you offended me. And you can't eat, like Don Rickles would be canceled. And
you have to just not care about that then.
I don't, but I do, and I don't. So
yeah.
That makes me feel like a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna like me? Mm-hmm. Sorry, what did you say? I was updating my Insta story. Robert, my neighbor, was asking me if he goes, oh my God, are those real? So I'm just assuming he's referencing the fun bags.
I love that your neighbor is like, yo, what have you been hiding this whole time?
You know why? Because when I talk, I'm bent over and I'm like, Rob, Denise, how are you? And I'm over the railing.
Well, I think this shirt should be encouraging you to wear more clothes that are form-fitting and, celebrate the bod because you've got one.
Yes, I do. Anyway.
Okay, big announcement.
This is the second to last Jenn and Marla's Ageless Adventures live on Governor's Radio.
It's second to last episode, my peeps. And we're also, what do you call it? Something with a tail, when we fishtail into another topic?
Dovetail.
Dovetail, there it is. Dovetail it into Dead to Me.
Yes.
Now, when we first started the conversation of bringing Dead to Me into the show, we didn't know that it was going to be such a parallel.
It's kind of weird and freaky.
Yes, it's very much like, does art imitate life? Life imitates art. I think the answer to that is yes.
Yeah.
It's both ways. There's something about the vibration, what you're called to, what's called to you. I don't know, the chicken or the egg, but here we are.
Yes.
And this episode is called I Have to Be Honest.
Yes.
So do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first with
no.
Judy or Jenn?
You can go first.
Okay.
I'm running the tech thing too, and I'm like, oh.
All right, she's doing the tech thing. I am 40% Jenn, played by Christina Applegate. For those of you late to class, really, do you still not know what we're talking about? Judy is played by Linda Cardellini. So I'm 40% Jenn because this episode opens with her in a jazz class, and they're doing like classic musical theater, Fosse, in LaDucas, hats, the whole thing.
Just explain what LaDucas are.
They are the designer that does pretty much all of the heels and shoes that you see on Broadway. They're like the classic heel that you'll see an actress in on Broadway. And I love when the writers give the actresses and actors a chance to showcase their whole range of talents.
Right. And what motivates them and what they do to relieve the stress.
Exactly. And Christina Applegate was nominated for a Tony for Sweet Charity in 2005. A little fun fact about her. Didn't win, but she was nominated, and we all know it's just an honor to be nominated. Yep. So I'm 40% Jenn because of the dance scene. For those of you who don't know, I have a major in jazz dance. It's what brought me to this city that I love so much that is breaking my heart right now. But moment of silence. And then I'm 60% Judy. Mm-hmm. Because Judy, in this episode, this is when Judy finally admits to Jenn, I'm the one that hit your husband with my car.
And killed him. And left him on the side of the road.
Left him on the side of the road. Moved into your house, have been sociopath to a degree you've never thought you would have to face in your life.
I mean, that's the ultimate, like, oh, that's, to me, that's worse than getting dumped. That's worse than being cheated on.
Right.
Because, you know, the intensity of female friendship, you know, because you always think that they are your go-to.
So let me just hurry up and explain why I'm Judy then, because so far it seems like I've set myself up to be a real asshole. But fortunately or unfortunately, I did not come to Marla and say I'm the one that killed your husband. But I did have to come to her and say, the show needs to end for me because I'm feeling like I got to spend time in other areas. And I was scared to say that, right? I am a people pleaser. We've been over this.
Me? You should never be scared to say anything to me.
I don't like to potentially hurt someone's feelings, which is what Judy was ultimately underneath her sociopathic ways afraid to do, because it was an accident. The moment got away from her. She ended up falling in love with this friend. Yeah. And now she has to break this friend's heart and life into pieces.
And hers.
Right.
Right.
So that's what happened behind the scenes here. But it's a celebration, people. I can't underline that enough, because I have an amazing friend and partner.
And I have an amazing friend.
Right. Who's like, yo, first of all, I felt something was off. So thank you for speaking on it. Like,
yep.
We're on the level. We vibe. That's the thing. When you're this close with somebody, you can't hide your shit, right? They're like,
no.
I know something's up. Do you want to talk about it, or do you just want to be weird?
Right. You know how I knew? You were like, can we talk? And I was like, oh. So, you know, you get that, can we talk? And I was like, it's not you, it's me, you know, the classic stuff. So, but I felt it. I felt it because people, when we met, it was like an instant connection, like we were instant best friends. And which has, can I just add, everything that has gone on in my life has been such a fun, it's been so much fun, because we partied, we laughed, and it was just so much, like, not having to explain yourself.
Right.
And when you came to me, I was like, no, I totally get it. Now I'm, you know, it's like, so then a door opened for me.
Right. Tell them. This is the other half of the exciting announcement.
Yes, this is really exciting. Okay, so Ken, who is our top fan, Ken Peschel, he goes, whoa, more information on Governors Live and Ageless Adventures. Well, here it is, okay? Oh, Rob, don't cry. You're going to get me, Maximum Marla, weekly. I'm going to be doing a solo show, which I'm really excited about. And quite honestly, I was really nervous. So when you told me you didn't want to do it anymore, I was like, and everybody said, do your own show. And I called,
including me.
Yes. And I called Tony and he goes, Marla, we want you. That we approached you. And I said, oh, okay. So what it's going to be, because I'm really passionate about humor and how humor can flip the switch and blow away any kind of stigma. You know, having suffered from depression and anxiety and being brave enough and vulnerable enough to talk about my own struggles and my survival. I am a mental health advocate. I do work for for NAMI, which is the National Alliance of Mental Illness. And I speak to people in psych wards and doctors and professors and students and family members affected by mental illness. And I want to raise the bar. And I know a lot of people in the entertainment world that have battled anxiety and depression. So they are going to be coming on the show, and we are going to talk about the importance of laughter, how it flips the switch. And I mean, it's not going to be like, oh, you know, it's going to.
So today we're talking about chapter 3 in mental health. Yeah, no, you're a comedian.
I'm a comedian. I want to bring levity to a very difficult topic. And I think it will benefit so many people.
Yes.
Because Hey, listen, if you've suffered from depression and anxiety, having to go through quarantine and isolation, it's a cakewalk.
It's the best.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially and you're having all different kinds of guests on, comedians and guests. Others.
Yes. People from entertainment, newsmakers, people who've made a difference. And it's going to launch mid-September. Name TV Day. We're kicking around Maximum Marla, Marla to the max. Tuesdays with Marla, play on, Tuesdays with Maury. I don't know. It's ever evolving, and yes. I invite you all to come along on the journey. And I'm really excited, and I hope you guys are excited and you'll tune in. How's that, Ken? How's that for an answer?
How's that, Ken? And I'm glad.
And Rob.
I'm glad to see that people are a little sad that we're going. Yes. I always love to leave them wanting more. That's yes. my goal in everything, leave them wanting more. And Marla is the more, and I'll be, announcing stuff that I'm doing in the fall. But to be perfectly honest, I'm not all that clear with what I'm doing. I'm taking a big ass pause, and that's huge for me. And to have a creative partner and a friend who can support me in that, talking about Marla, and from me being able to just speak up and be like, hey, don't be silently resentful. If you want to have something shift, you have to talk about it. We're sitting here on the show every week, talking about these women that are so direct, right?
Yeah.
It's like we have to embody what we're talking about. So when we first met, we started talking about the concept of twin flames. And this moment in our relationship, I think, is like so far the highest kind of example of what twin flames do for each other in their life. Do you want to explain it?
No, just twin flames are, despite our age difference, we've had such parallel experiences and then reaction to those experiences, and also what we had to do to get out of those experiences in terms of personal growth, taking care of ourselves, finding our voice. And it was really kind of chilling because the first time we met in this like workshop, and it was just really funny. And then we went out for drinks and we're like chatting, and it's like, oh my God, that happened to you? Well, did you do? Yeah, I did that, blah, blah, blah. And it's just really nice to be, and to, use one of your words, aligned. And I knew, I didn't take it personally. This has been an amazing run, and I'm so grateful because I've had some really big things that could have just clobbered me for the past 2 years. And it's been a source of levity and light for me. And, I think that could be an overarching message to everybody. When the chips are down, you really got to find the light at the end of the tunnel. And I hate to talk in metaphors, but it's, they're there for a reason.
I'm the flame at the end of your tunnel.
Yes. And you will be periodically popping up, right? You're going to come back.
I will.
Let us know.
I will.
And Ken, we'll let you know. Robert, Jenn will be back. She'll update us on what's going on with her life. And
I'm not being abducted by aliens that I know of. Yeah. I'll report back if I do.
Right.
But here's what I want to explain about twin flames that I think is important. So there's soulmates, and then there's twin flames. Soulmates is like your perfect fit. You're like, oh, it's my lobster, right? We fit together. It's perfect. A lot of relationships, a lot of friendships. Then there's the twin flame. The twin flame is like soulmate, but with the stakes raised, right? Similar to the conversation in the show, the stakes were raised all the way up because we're talking about I killed someone you loved. In our life, I was talking about I just need some more time in my life. So different stakes, but twin flames challenge each other.
You needed it to recalibrate.
Yes. A twin flame is actually designed, if they are fully aligned with themselves, if they are fully in integrity with themselves and showing up to you as a mirror, they challenge you to grow. They challenge you into that next phase that you're supposed to be. They are people that show up in your life specifically to, in some ways, not rub you the wrong way, but activate you.
Right.
Like make you go, wait a minute, like what's that about? And I think in a lot of ways, I was a mirror to your younger self, was a mirror to your energy, to your fashion sense, to how you want to move through the world.
Right.
Right. And
just being a badass like I am.
And with this moment, it was, I have to step away, but you've got this. Like,
oh, yeah.
I actually think this whole thing, in a lot of ways, was designed to bring you to this station right here, to drop you off so you can do what is about to happen.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Yeah, possibly. And I even said to you, God, I wish you knew me when I was 35 and I wasn't facing a medical crisis like ovarian cancer.
Yeah, but you keep making it like I'm like this is because of a bad thing that happened.
Oh God, no. Listen, the only point I'm trying to make is being at a different stage at life when you're dealing with like a parent dying or a spouse getting sick, or you being faced with a health challenge or a parent, and just life, the economy collapsing. It's not a lot of fun. And when I was 35, I would be like, but you're different. You're an old soul. I'm a young old soul. I'm a middle-aged soul, But anyway, it's just been a great run. We created a lot of fun, and Robert goes, taking a big pause is an excellent mental health move, right? And yes. And just FYI, I got to chill out because, I think going off social media is a fine idea. I mean, come on, every therapist takes off in August. Why can't I? Why can't you?
Why can't we?
So we are, I'm the timekeeper. We're at 1:56.
You're the keeper of the time. I have to celebrate you in the way that you've produced today's show. Guys, usually I'm the one that has run all of the tech. I'm the one that has known the time of the show, the this and the that, and she's got this.
Right. So should we just, for the fan, because we got into very personal, very revealing, heavy stuff.
I'm sure they enjoyed it.
Yeah. Listen, we've had our top fans are Robert and Ken, and I love how Jeff and Ken, they seem to, this is when they communicate with each other. Don't you guys text? Why don't you exchange numbers, for fuck's sake?
This is their weekly date.
Yes. Not implying you're butt bandits, even though I have nothing against that.
Stop it. Moving on.
I can't say that funny. I'm kidding. Oh my God. You see, that's the challenge I face. I have 3 shows.
Do better. Do better. Don't use that phrase.
Oh, come on. It's fun.
Moving on.
Okay. So for the Dead
Someone has to take Marla to task from now on.
God, it's so... Anyway, okay, Robert, Robert says, yes, we need to see you too, Jenn. So for Robert, you need to come back, okay? Just for Robert, not for me. Anyway, so the show was so revealing. Now, you said you were Jenn, full on Jenn, getting in your groove. Oh, 60-40, right? You said 60-40.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was like a whole 9 minutes ago, though, so I get it.
I think I was like Judy, more Judy than Jenn, because when she was just like feeling it and in it, and she was like painting her little pictures with the heart missing.
Yeah.
Which is kind of bizarre.
Very bizarre.
Yeah, because she seems to have a lot of heart, and why did every picture have, no heart? Anyway, so she was like in it and going to anybody that would listen to her and crying, and then just getting to a point where she just busts out and confesses. So I've done that. But then Jenn's reaction, I would have been like, really? Get the F out of my life. And if I see you again, I'm going to shoot you. I will find a gun and shoot your fucking head off. Like, done. Boom.
That is how the episode closes, is Jenn grabbing the gun.
Right.
So we'll see. quick little, this is just a little thing, a little director note for shows. I don't know anything about guns, just to preface this. But the one thing I know is anyone who knows how to work a gun never puts their finger on the trigger until they're ready to shoot.
No, and she also had her finger over where the bullet comes out.
Right. It's just like, come on. You can't have some script consultant there that day to just be like, hey, this is a quick but important note for everyone. Or maybe it's that this character actually doesn't work guns and hold guns all that much, so she wouldn't. I don't know. It's just something that I know, but still, it's just a thing that irks me when I see it. I don't know why. It's not really my thing.
No, because she was holding it like in her hand. But you know what I thought was funny? Then going over and inviting Karen to come over and just being like, this is such a time suck, because she's like, I really need a girlfriend. I really need a friend. And ding dong stops at Karen's house. And Karen's like, oh, really? Like, you want to hang out? Like, you want me to come over? Wow, gee, okay. Should I bring my Mexican lasagna? Okay. Should I bring booze? And she was just like, no, Judy, I've been that way. You know, I mean, Jenn, where you're kind of contemplating if you want to be friends with this person. It was like, no, just come and hang. And your gut is saying, oh, this is going to suck.
Yep. Those people, it's an exhausting hang. You can feel yourself. It's like there's a hole in the bottom of you and all of your energy is just getting siphoned out
your ass.
Okay.
Sucked out your ass. Let me tell you, out your ass. And you go, wow, I will never be able to get that hour and a half back of my life.
Well, that is something that no one has ever said once after watching us. Never in my life have they said, I want that time back. They're like, I want more. Right, Ken?
Exactly.
Right, Rob?
And
we're going to be back next week. We have one more show. So don't ghost us now. You need to come back.
Oh, wow. Ken is in North Carolina from Governors in Person, except Don Sill. Ken, what makes you think I'm going to get together with you? I'm teasing. I am so busting on you like that. I don't want to lose. My mom and my dad. Oh, my dad died. Sorry about that. Hey, Buzz. My mom is in North Carolina and I must get down to see her. But, quarantining on the back end is that's a challenge. Yeah, it's hard. But I thought the ending was terrific. And you know what? I stayed up late and I watched the last episode and I was confusing the two. So I'm glad you put a pin in the episode ending.
Yep.
But boy, Judy wants to make amends in every way. Yeah.
I guess maybe that's where she's not a sociopath, because they don't feel remorse.
Right, but she does. And it was a rabbi who sent her and delivered the message of what she needed to do to cleanse her soul.
There you go.
Everybody needs a Jew in their life. You heard it here first.
Is that your ageless advice?
Yeah. Everybody needs a Jew in their life. Doctors, accountants, fairy-yentas. You need someone like me in your life.
Agreed.
What about you? Ageless advice.
Say it. For Christ's sake, just say it. Whatever you have to say to whoever you have to say it to. That's a recurring theme in my life and a recurring opportunity for me to not victimize the other person by assuming, oh, this is going to hurt them to the point where they won't be able to deal with it. Their life is going to fall apart. It's like, relax. They probably can handle it. This is all a note to self. I'm saying this so I can watch myself back saying it.
And then the tail end of that is, when somebody has to have some sort of shift, you just can't take it personally. Right. Because it really is never about you. It really is about them. And
like when someone unsubscribes from a newsletter or doesn't like a post or doesn't
can I tell you that is, I send out these newsletters, and listen, if you guys want to hear my musings and ramblings, please, leave something in the comments. But when I saw that like 5 people unsubscribed and it was people that I knew, it just freaks me out, just like it was freaking me out at the notion of doing my own show.
Right.
But I just, when then I looked that there was a 50% open or more, I was like, oh, wow, maybe people like getting these things. That's the duality of being a performer, putting your stuff out and you just feel like you're overdoing it.
Right. I deal with that all the time with peeps.
Right. Yeah, I know. And
it's really hard to overdo it.
You got on my case about sending out those things. I got to tell you, the lighting is really fabulous.
You've got a whole thing going on. I am so proud of you. Congratulations. You're a producer.
I am.
You're doing it.
But I just have to make some graphics.
You have to find someone to make graphics. Don't.
I know. I will find somebody, but okay. And hey, listen, I'm taking any ideas. I'm open to any suggestions on show title, because we're really kicking around a couple of things.
Let's take a vote in the comments. Leave a comment. Do you like Maximum Marla or Marla to the Max? Let's do those 2 first.
Right.
Unless there's another one that is in the running.
It is, and let me see. I wrote down a few.
Okay. In the meantime, you guys, please go subscribe to Ageless Adventures on YouTube, because we do have a fully produced first season. They're 2 to 3 minute episodes that are completely just me and Marla and I. I don't know how to say that correctly, but you should subscribe and watch. Go ahead. What?
Okay. Here, this was, I loved this title. Okay. Woke and Roll with Marla.
Oh my God. No.
No?
No.
Oh.
I mean, you can put it in. Maybe people will love it.
Woke and Roll with Marla. Isn't it about getting woked?
See, I would read that as a play on Wake and Bake.
Wake and Bake? I was thinking rock and roll.
I know. I heard that, but I'm also thinking like, I don't know.
Okay, my buzzer. We're at 2:06.
All right. Well, sign up for Marla's newsletter. Can people go to your website for that?
Yeah.
You can go to jenletter.com, sign up for mine, learn whenever I decide what the hell is coming next. You'll be the first to know if you're on my newsletter. And we're going to be back here next week for one more goodbye.
Yes, we will. One more time, we're going to wrap up the show, wrap up the season finale of Dead to Me, and really all our fans that have, tuned in weekly. We really appreciate it. And we also really appreciate you coming along on this adventure with us.
Truly. It's fun.
Yes, it is.
Living
all right, everybody.
Loud.
Hey, listen, I hope your houses don't blow away, because I was almost blown off my balcony. It is some scary ass weather out there.
It's dark.
Dark and rainy. Okay. That's it.
Be the sunlight.
Not the rain.